Greetings, salutations, happy Thursday, July the 30th, 2026. Welcome to Backstage, the daily show for entrepreneurs, founders, visionaries, and builders who are ready to stop waiting in the wings and let their stories power their growth. I'm so glad you're joining me. If I sound like I just smoked 3 cartons of cigarettes, it's because I've got a cold, and it is, look, I'm not defeated, but it's kicking my ass. I'm not going to lie. So very low energy today, very low energy. But I'm bringing the energy for you. And so thank you for being there, because it's great motivation to get back on the horse and no matter what, just do it. But I am definitely going to try and rest today and take care of myself, because I don't want this to last very long. And I know it won't. So what's on my mind today, though, is, are you out there on social media? You're seeing on your feed, if you're a man, you definitely are seeing pictures of beautiful young women that are, half of them are generated likely by AI. I've had some friends send me some things, not salacious, okay, but using AI to create people that look absolutely real. I mean, you have to, I don't know. There's some of them you just can't distinguish. And so, but here's the thing. We've got a landscape out there with more and more AI generated content. And the human stuff is really freaky, because you're not sure if you're looking at a person who's actually a real person or not, who's the voice behind it. But here's the opportunity that I'm seeing. This is just my own projection, okay? So let's see if you relate to this. I click on a YouTube video. There's like music videos, completely fake. They'll be like, Pitbull collaborating with Rihanna. And you're like, Pitbull's collaborating with Rihanna? I mean, I haven't heard of this. I actually went into iTunes one time to see if there was actually a song by 2 artists that surely would be up if it were a video. And then I watched it and I went, yeah, this is all AI generated. This is music platforms AI generated. So here's the thing. What happens when you start believing that a lot of what you're seeing isn't real? What do you do? Well, I can tell you, if you look at politics, what people do when they start believing, don't believe anything you see or hear, right? So certain people, a lot of people, write off everything. So just kind of go, well, you can't trust anything or anybody. And then they look for somebody that they do trust and they follow them, sometimes blindly, sometimes not. But that is, I think, a basic human psychology function. And we're heading there with AI-created content, facsimiles of human experience. I really believe that we don't know yet what's going to happen with social media because of this. Now, those platforms are owned by companies that have a lot of money, including a lot of psychologists that they pay to figure these things out. But the more and more content can't be trusted as actually real, I believe there's going to be an increasing hunger for real life. And I mean, it could result in people doing less social media. Now, I don't claim to be some kind of oracle. I can't see into the future. I don't know. But I'm telling you that I'm looking at content across all the platforms, and when it appears to be like too perfect, or I don't know, there's just something subtle about it. I don't know if it's real or not, but I think it's probably fake, and I disregard it. And this is the point, is that if I think it might be fake, I just disregard it. If I have even an inkling that it's fake, I'm gone. I'm not interested in it. I don't want it. And the more and more that happens, the more angry I am about it a little bit. It's like, get this crap out of my way. Even if it's really well produced. Now, maybe I'm an outlier. Maybe you like that stuff. I don't think you do. But I think that we don't know how this is all going to work out. So what does this mean for us who are promoting our businesses, whatever that is, telling stories, trying to connect people, trying to get attention, et cetera, et cetera? Well, okay, saying that we need to be real is nothing new. We all know this. But I think what's important is to double and triple down on your point of view. Double and triple down on how you have come to your point of view on something and having a strong point of view. People are okay disagreeing with your point of view if they like the way you got there. They can respect the way you got there and disagree with your conclusion. That's okay. But it starts with having a point of view about something, anything, and then expressing it. And, my point of view on this is that social media is both it's a necessary evil at this point. That a lot of it is just absolutely crap and harmful. And, these laws are not going to work and whatever. But it is the world that we live in. Back in the day when you had to put ads on, you were limited to certain types of ads, TV ads or whatever. I mean, totally different environment, but that was what it was. And you needed a ton of money to do that because ads, creating the ad. And so it was very limiting. So there were some downsides to that. Nothing's perfect. But so this is the world we live in now. It's changing rapidly. We don't know. Most of us are not anywhere near. It's not a matter of even being smart. It's just knowing you can't read the future. So what do we do in the meantime? We got to develop our point of view, and we got to be very, very curious, constantly learning and developing a point of view that we're willing to change with new information. But I think when we have a point of view, a strong point of view, what you think is good, what you think is bad, it allows people to at least see where you're coming from. And they may still follow you even if they disagree with you. Who knows? You might convince them of your point of view. I mean, as a lawyer, I have to say that convincing other people of a point of view is, I think, it's a noble thing. It's part of the craft. So you can always do that over time. But having a point of view, showing your personality, and then ultimately getting into the deeper stories and observations and how you value the world, where your values came from, what lens you're looking at the world through, that is going to become more premium than ever. Because it's going to be harder and harder to duplicate that or to fake that. And now is the time to be really farming that. Now is the time to be going into the soil of your business and your life and being willing to go deep to get that out. I know that's the journey I'm on. Because with all the noise, and I think with increasing distrust of content that's out there and the volume of it, our brains simply cannot process it all. And if we start distrusting it even more, even a 5% shift in distrust, whatever that represents, I mean, at some point, you're just going to turn it off. And, an example, Facebook. I know some people still use Facebook. I have a Facebook business page. I put stuff on there every once in a while. But when I go on Facebook, the only thing I'm interested in are a few people in my life who usually live far away, in another country or across the country. And I'm just keeping tabs on how they're doing. That's it. Most of the content I'm seeing, it's ads, it's AI generated stuff, it's, memes or whatever. Instagram seems to be a little bit more interesting, but we'll see. So invest in your point of view. And it may be hard to do that for various reasons. There's environments in corporate where having a strong point of view on certain things is, disincentivized, shall we say. You may have to build up the muscle of having a point of view. But I'll tell you what, I'm seeing companies now, more and more, they're asking PR companies to help their leadership teams be able to convey a point of view and show a quote unquote personal brand, develop their personal sort of personality online, showing people who they are as people to define the company. And that's, I think, a pretty big shift. If we keep seeing more and more of that, then this is going to be the key to getting any kind of leadership position, let alone running your own business. All right. So point of view, that's the key. Work on it, have one, pressure test it, Stay curious and fear not, because human beings don't like fake, even though it may seem like we do. We don't. And I think there's a reckoning coming that will be a great opportunity for those of us who are really committed to being, I don't want to use the word authentic. I don't know what else. We got to come up with a new word. All right. Anyway, thank you for hanging in there with me, even with my scratchy voice and my low energy. I hope this message gave you something positive to work on today. What's something you feel strongly about, you believe strongly about, that maybe you're not writing enough about or talking enough about explicitly? Are you dancing around it? Are you not saying, you know what, I despise this and here's why? Maybe it's time to start talking about that. You never know. It could give you some great velocity. All right. For now, thank you as always for listening. Please share the show with a friend, a colleague, a fellow visionary who wants to build on the daily and join us. And until tomorrow, please be good to yourself and others. Thanks as always for listening. And we will check back again with you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.